Good morning, traders, and welcome to the Flow with the Markets Tuesday, volume 168. You know what we're gonna do in this video. I'm gonna just go through the market, free flow, have an update, see how Monday played out, see how our Saturday forecast is so far playing out, and see, of course, how we are going to adapt to the current market, because in a very big percentage of the cases, the market is gonna open on Monday and it's gonna do something completely different than what we expected on the weekend. So it's always very important to keep flowing in with the market and not really marrying any setups. Because once again, I keep mentioning this every week, but I really want to delve it into your head, is that the skew is not really in actually forecasting where the market could go, like drawing the zone and saying, it's going to tap this, then it's going to go that. No, it's actually just sitting down every day and actually during the different sessions and just adapting to the market and just going with the flow, right? So it tends to change. The market is constantly uncertain. It's constantly battle between supply and demand. It can change at any moment. Your long bias can become short bias like after 10 minutes. So you have to be there, especially if you're a day trader. This is a big skill to have. For swing trading, it's slightly bit different. Than swing trading, yes, involves a little bit more forecasting, like the strongest zones that I can enter from, of course, going with the trend, with the overall daily and hourly trend, right? But also why I love day trading is that it allows me to, again, just flow with the market very easily, get in, get out for the day, and then just call it a day. While swing trading, you're gonna enter, you're gonna wait, and of course the market can change, and then you hit break even. And why did you wait for such a long time, right? But of course, there are ways to actually merge a little bit of a more swing trading approach with day trading. This is something I'm going to be working for my community because a lot of them want to be swing traders. They do not want to go to the 1 minute. So I'm going to be developing something specifically for that, which still also allows you to flow with the market. So before I get started, make sure to also be checking your economic calendars this week because it's big. So yesterday we had a lot of news, a lot of Euro news, a lot of major impact. We have overall this composite PMI, manufacturing PMI. This S&P Global, I'm not entirely sure what it means, but it definitely looks important. I'm going to have to study this one. Today, ECB Bank Lending Survey, also not very sure to enhance the euro system's knowledge of financing conditions in the euro area. Yeah, so this looks major impact, which is also paired with a couple of German news, and usually the German news are always important. Consumer confidence very important right now. Housing index, not so sure how much is going to impact the Forex market. Tomorrow, big day for the Aussie, CPI, boom. Overnight as well, so probably you're going to wake up in the morning with a big spike or with a big move. And then interest rate for CAT, very important as well. And some USD news. Thursday, very big day. Very big day for my favorite pair, Mr. Euro USD. So deposit rate, a refinancing operation, monetary policy statement, expecting to be hiked by 75 basis points. So that is huge. So if this happens, then yeah, we can definitely have a running euro up, right? Which is great, which is immediately followed by a very big USD news, GDP. Like this is huge day. An ECB press conference and speech from Lagarde. So Thursday is just going to be mad. I'm not sure if it's going to be tradable. You don't want to trade interest rates, right? You just don't want to do that. If you can catch something in the morning, then that's fine. But usually interest rates are very volatile, so you don't want to be in, right? And then on Friday, Bank of Japan interest rate, right? So they're probably pretty much going to keep it the same, and press conference. And then it looks like that Friday could be a good trading day because we have a lot of news, but there is nothing like very, very, very major. Okay, so as you can see, a huge week ahead of us. So make sure that every single day you are aware of what is happening. So back to the charts, we're of course going to get started with a Dixie. So what we expected is, of course, that push. We expected a pullback into the short zone. Unfortunately, the market did not quite reach the short zone. Well, almost came to kiss it, right? Pulled back, created a lower high. And right now, it's potentially kind of on the move to be making a new lower low. But look at the overall price. It's slightly bit choppy. It's not very certain whether it wants to go down, right? And I get a feeling we might have a week like this right now up until like Thursday, where it kind of starts to up, down. Maybe we get in a little bit of a range. Because if I drop on the 50-minute, it opened with a gap yesterday, which made it a little bit tricky right there to figure out what is going to happen. But here we made a new lower low, and then we technically reversed to bullish. Then here we aligned bullish, so this was a long right there. It was a short I took on EU, I think, from here. break of structure, shift of structure down, right? So then it came back to retest this zone. So that is bearish short right there. Another break of structure and another break of structure. What caused this break of structure? Well, it's this guy right there, which is quite flat. So we can technically say right now that it's slightly bit aligning to bullish. But again, always ask, what is the higher time frame trend? It's bearish, right? So this is our highest bet. What is the high probability trade? It's short. But right now, if I really zoom in, then yeah, I can see that currently the market has actually reversed a little bit bullish and is just actually forming another range right there. So technically this creates demand. So you can just start following this recent bullish momentum. But as I'm gonna show you on EU, I'm bullish on EU right now, especially like when it comes to the FOH. So I get a feeling we're getting a little shift of structure, and then we're just gonna shift down, retest, and continue going back down. Okay, so I don't know where it wants to go right now. This is a retested zone right here. So this is something that could be interesting, and grabbing all of these flat highs right there. But yeah, I don't know. Currently, it's very sloppy, like especially right there. But this is pretty much like the dead hours. No, it's not really dead. This was still New York session, but we ranged overall. So this is the Dixie. Again, long term, well, I would expect it to drop. I still expect that short-term bearishness on the DXY. And I do think we can have even a bigger bearishness if the ECB ends up hiking the rates. We can have a very nice bullish move on EU. Okay, so keep in mind once again, guys, I'm actually gonna start going live soon for you on Tuesday, so we can actually just stay maybe from London Open until like just 1 hour to have a look at the charts and to actually show you how I flow with the markets. Because right now I can tell you, well, I'm gonna go long, and then some of you might go long right there, but I'm not gonna be given my entry setup. And then the market is going to shift, and then I'm going to go short from here. And then you can say, but you said longs. Well, sure, I said longs, but then the market did something different. So I immediately adapted to it and took a short, right? So yesterday was like this on EU. So this is the DXY right now. Again, I'm overall bearish right now, although the 50-minute is lining bullish. Of course, this low is supposed to be broken because this is the like a 4-hourly lower low. Right now, we pull back. We did not pull back to 50%. So also, there is a chance we make a deeper pullback into the short zone and then maybe flush. Okay, that could be another scenario. So again, just be open, just follow the flow. And if the 50-minute continues to trend bullish, well, yeah, I might end up actually taking a short or a long on EU. So let me show you actually what happens on EU right now. So as expected, we took out this high first thing as the week started. And then we pretty much, oh, I still have my trades right there. Then we pretty much, yeah, just broke the structure. Very nice. And what the market did yesterday, it kind of gave us this pullback, right? Which is not again to the 50%. Pay attention. The market is not always supposed to be pulling back to 50%. And it made the move higher. But what I'm really pissed about this morning is that it just didn't take out the high. Like, why? It's just 1 pip. Why didn't you just take out the high, right? I really think it's 1 pip. Yeah, we can explore it later. But yeah, pretty much 1 pip. And it's right now stopped just before taking the high, and right now it's giving us that bearish pullback. So my question is, are we gonna push into the lows and take out this low? Because technically, if this low failed to make a new higher high, then it's not strong, and it can come back, take it out, maybe then tap into demand and then push higher. But this is like a really extreme situation, something I don't expect too much to happen, right? Or is it just like pulling back to grab a little bit of liquidity, hold, and then continue to push higher? So this is what I want to see, because simply we are just bullish on the FOH. Like, very nice push. We already made the pullback. We're already towards making a new higher high, but it just stopped 1 pip below the high. So I'm very interested why this happened. Yesterday, I might make a video on Thursday with my trades. Yeah, if I take more, of course. Yesterday, what did I do? Yeah, I was taking shorts right there along the way. So I just flow with the 50-minute. It gave me the short bias. Here it shifted bullish, then it shifted bearish. Then after this break, it was confirmed. So I do think I took a short from right there. Where is the 2? I took a short from right here. So I wrote this one, and then I took a short from right there, and I took a 5-hour right there precisely, and then the market reversed. There was no long to take right there. I would have taken the long, but there was no setup, unfortunately. And yeah, then the market actually ended up going with the 4-hourly trend. So both of those trades were counter trend, actually. The first one actually took with lower risk, something that I keep doing. And yeah, right now, so we were bullish overall. This is the last break, and right now the market has aligned bearish right there during Asia. It already pulled back to give a short from here. Then the market continues and breaks another structure, and right now breaks another structure. So what I actually told my team is that I am again looking to trade with the 4-hourly time frame, which is bullish. But unfortunately, we kind of had this zone in the morning. I was doing it a little bit earlier. So technically, while the market was right here, this could have happened. But right now, the market created a pullback, and right now it broke. So technically, right now, what is our zone? It's this guy. Okay. So two things can happen. Right now, the market is either making this lower low in order to later align bullish and give us a long. This is something that I would love to take, right? Or it's just like really shifting to the downside. It's making a brand new range right now, and we can take a short from here. So keeping it very, very simple, those are the things that I'm going to be looking for. That's it, right? I just keep following the 50-minute structure. I keep drawing my zones, right? So if the market comes in right there, I can examine for a short. But overall, knowing that the 4-hourly is bullish, I would love to see this, like a trend change, retest, higher low, and then potentially I can target the Asian high and that 4-hourly high right there on the left. So this is my outcome right now. This is my scenario on Euro USD. I'm not going to be looking like on the left. Of course, there are some important levels right there to consider. This is where we might be pulling back. Who knows, right? But of course, I'm always going to be looking for the 15-minute to align, so then I can take a trade. Okay, so this is my setup right now on the EU. Very simple. If it pulls back right there, I'm going to be dropping to the 1 minute to see what's going to happen. But again, shorts are low probability. So I wouldn't really go full risk on a short right now, especially after the pullback has been created and we're already on the move to making a new high. So let's see. I really don't like this kind of a little bit of divergence between EU and the Dixie. Like, look where the Dixie stopped. EU came very close to the low. Dixie just stopped right there, right? So we see also gaps right there. We see shifts. EU looks slightly bit different, like it came all the way up, but it didn't take it, which pretty much resembles the DXY. Because the DXY did not take the low, so Euro does not take the high, right? So this is actually not divergence, this is going correct. But like something sketchy is going on, and I think it could be hard until the interest rates come out. Very big wicks on the open right there of the JPY pairs. Like you can see, actually the outcome overall of Euro JPY, yeah, we expected, what is this word? On what time frame did I draw this? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, I was overall looking for shorts. I don't recall. But yeah, so pretty much what we have right now is an expanded range. The market opened through that big wick. And right now it's again retesting that supply that caused this break of structure. So is it going to work out? Well, I don't know. Right, it's very extended again, as we spoke on the weekly, daily. Forex has provided us that beautiful shift. And right now it's pulling back. I would love to see also this high taken, but similar to EU, it did not take it. You can see they actually moved together. They have a plan. But yeah, overall right now, probably you're going to see that we have been this massive leg down made things very hard because it is actually this massive leg down that broke structure. So technically, in order to have a reversal, this has to break right there. Or maybe even this one. You can take that one because this is the one that actually caused the break. So let's say that this is a break. And right now the market is again aligning bearish almost right there. So I would say the JPYs are very tricky. I would say avoid the JPYs right now. Like even if this one breaks, I'm not really going to be looking for short because this one is not really making me short. Like look at that flat price. It's so flat. There is no momentum. There is much more momentum to the upside from what I can see. Then you can see the pullback. Yeah. But of course, if this one breaks, which is just breaking right now, this is our last supply. So you can of course try to short from here, but I don't think it's very high probability. And of course, keeping in mind how bullish the USD yen is. I'm not sure if that is gonna go, but if it goes, if you're looking for shorts, then I would agree, simply because the 4-hourly is short right now, and if the 50-minute nicely aligns short and you start getting a nice trending 50-minute, then you can definitely flow with it. Okay, Aussie dollar. Let's see. So we had a very nice bullish shift on this one, and we were looking for longs. The market actually threw a little bit quick higher. It pulled back into 50%, and yes, my overall outlook is to have a pullback towards the 50%, have a shift, and then potentially go for the long. And I do think this is what is happening right now. So we had a very nice push, we had a very nice pullback, right? It's not supposed to be pulling back all the way down to this guy. So if it pulls back below 50%, I'm all in. Then what we have to do is drop to the 50-minute and observe what is happening, right? So we pull back right there. What I see is that the 50-minute shift happened precisely right there. And yesterday you should be going long on Aussie dollar. I haven't seen if my team actually went long. I hope they did. because I don't trade AU at that moment. So there is your long right there. Yeah, you definitely got a retest right there. So you got, oops, you got the first time, come on, you got a first time right there, then you got the push, and then you got a second time right there to potentially actually give you the 1 minute entry. And right now you could be running in a very nice long. So that is the main setup, which you actually caught the higher low on the 4H. So if you had this one, then very good. Right now, the market broke structure right there, slightly aligned bearish right here, broke down here as well, then aligned bullish right there, and it gave you a long right here. So you should already be running a long on Aussie dollar. It gave a nice push, it failed to break, and it's pulling back again. So slightly bit sketchy, it's like a little bit early, and we can see that Euro is bearish and the Dixie is a bit bullish. So this one might find it a little bit hard. But yeah, personally, if you were trading early on, this right there is your trade. So probably this is where we shifted, then you get a pullback. If you get a good stop loss, oh, beautiful, 4 pips. So you enter from there. But I don't think you got a, yeah, you didn't get a 5R. So maybe you get a break even on this one. It kind of already came in, retested your entry, so you can already be securing break even. So let's see how it goes, okay? But overall, I do believe Aussie dollar is bullish. The question is it going to go from here? It is possible that it shifts bearish on the 50-minute to grab a little bit of liquidity right there, right? So then what you should be looking for is for the 50-minute to once again align bullish, and then you long with the 4-hourly trend. Okay, so overall, I would love to see the market push up, but it's not about what I love, it's about what happens, right? So let's see, let's flow. This is how I currently look at it. This is the most recent price. It's currently long bias, which is very good. So let's see if it's actually going to respond from this zone, which already gave us the long. Unfortunately, we can get a break even. But even if we get a break even, then look to enter from it again. This low can get taken as liquidity, and then we can be given a new setup, right? So watch out for that. But if this low right there breaks, then we have a bearish structure. So watch out for that. AJ, I wouldn't really love to cover the JPYs right now because they are, yeah, well, overall it's playing out. So we expected like a pullback into the zone and a short. So it's actually playing out, but look how it played out. Like, look at that wick right there. So that is on the open where we had those rumors on Friday and also some little developments on during the weekend. But yeah, well, what I can say, like we pull back, we dropped, right? So then technically this becomes our zone, and you can see the market actually immediately pulled back during Asia and started rolling right there. Rolling. So it's not nice. So like, guys, this is not nicely tradable. I would much better go trade Aussie dollar than trade this guy. Okay, so I'm not even going to break it down because you just don't want to trade when you have this, right? This kind of invalidates a lot of stuff, and then you can see how the market gets stuck in this big move, right? So you don't want to get stuck right there because that is precisely the middle. You don't want to do that, okay? So let go of Aussie JPY for now, maybe even Euro Yen, right? But of course, if you, because yeah, what is the bias? Well, 4-hourly is bearish, as we discussed, like this is the last break, but look what happens. It's not clean. It's also tapping into demand for a fourth time, right? So just Aussie JPY, goodbye. NZUSD looks very good right now as well, although it's pulling back towards this extreme, but I told you that this one is going to tap and it's going to give you a reaction. Oh man, so my forecasting skills this weekend were top. So we tap, we pull back 50%, and right now we should be looking for the bullish alignment. It came in very deep. If you take like maybe an 8-hourly zone, not to be a greedy bastard on the 4H, there we go. We actually had a tap, right? Right now it's responding. So what could happen as well, what the market sometimes does, it gives you that big buy, it pulls back, it tries to push, it fails, then it comes back, and then it goes, right? So then technically this becomes liquidity. So we can have a similar situation right there as well. So just be mindful of this outcome, right? Just be mindful of it, okay? But right now, probably the 50-minute is also bullish. We can see we tapped inside the zone right there. We were quite bearish. So we had a breakdown there, and then we actually, it's very tricky, but we immediately shifted right here. So technically your long is right there, right? So slightly bit even an exploration of the lower time frame right there, maybe the 5-minute tap. So there is your long. I think Aussie dollar was much cleaner, and right now it started to push. It broke this structure right there, then it continues to break up. It shifted for a second down right there, but then it aligned back up, and technically this is our current range. I would take it like this. And yeah, the market already tapped inside, it pushed up, it also kind of aligned internally bullish, right? So there is internal structure and external, something that I might have to do a tutorial on. And yeah, so right now it's potentially giving us a long, but there is a high chance that there is not enough liquidity collected on this tap. So it's going to come in, take this low, and then provide us with a setup. Okay, so I'm calling this long right now on NZUSD from this zone. And of course, guys, if this zone breaks, similar to the Aussie, we go bearish, right? And then we either have to wait for a new bullish alignment in order to take a long, or we can also take a short, right? Why not? Because then if this aligns bearish, there is a high chance this can get taken, as I told you. Okay, so let's see. I do think right now it could be providing a 1 minute setup. Well, yeah, technically you can kind of be looking to enter a long from here, which is slightly bit kind of aggressive, but yeah, you see how flat it is. It just tapped inside. So yeah, this one can be a potential trade. But yeah, to me, I would love to see like a fresh shift right there as the market came in and actually took out the 50-minute high. So then I would like to see a fresh shift right there. So yeah, let's see. Let's see. But this is definitely a long trade you can be taking. If this one gets taken out, right, it's going to come in for a deeper liquidity grab and then just look for the same setup again. So let's see. I'm calling a long on NZUSD right now. NJ, yeah, my forecast is also good on that one. We expected a tap inside this and a reaction. And it actually, this one reacted very nicely bearish. Right now it's pulling back. So let's see. Why is it pulling back? Wow. I just don't enjoy this guy right there. It's like very big. But yeah, we tapped inside this zone. We went all the way down, but we failed to take out the low, which sucks. And right now, where are we again? Well, we're kind of stuck in this middle range. So this is why I tell you, you don't want to trade this because you're pretty much stuck in the middle. If you want to take a trade, it has to be from here, at the higher portion. So if I draw a range right there, you want to take a long either at the 30% low, or you want to take a short at the upper portion right there above 50%. So right there, you don't want to take anything right here, neither a long, neither a short, because you're precisely in the middle, right? So allow this one to do something, right? And as I told you, similar to AJ and AU, focus on the USD pairs. UJ, yeah, UJ is again through that massive wick, and right now it's just pulling back. It's also precisely in the middle, it looks like. Yeah, just precisely, let me do this. It's precisely at the 50% and it's just ranging. So I bet that there is nothing nice. Oh, no. We don't trade this. Like a massive drop. And yeah, well, technically what caused this drop is this big guy. So we're currently responding from this supply. But guys, this is not structure you want to trade. Like came in, boom. No. So I would say avoid the JPYs. Like UJ is going mad right now. There is also that Bank of Japan intervention that could happen. I'm not sure if it happened. I had an article from Ben. He sent it. It was nice. But yeah, but just give it some time. I would avoid the JPY for now. Mr. USD Cat. It went a little bit deeper into the range, so we just have to enlarge our range. It went above 50%. It went into the zone. Whoa, this looks good for a short. It looks good for a short, but we're also tapping into a very important daily zone. So that's the thing. Like we're in this kind of overall range, and as we discussed, like daily is a little bit bullish. Hourly is shifting a bit bearish. So right now it's the battle, right, between supply and demand. But let's see if you actually got a short on this one. It just wicked very nicely right there. It broke structure up. And then to me, in order for me to take a short, that I need to see this one go. But this one went very late, right? So probably there was a short right there, but not to me. Here we broke. But yeah, unfortunately, after we broke, we shifted up right there. Oh man, this one is a bit tricky right now. Similar to the Dixie, it's kind of aligning a little bit bullish right now, but I do think it's short term. It just wants to maybe grab some liquidity. So if I have like a push, a pullback, then another push, and then we shift bearish, then I will be looking to short this one because again, the 4-hour is short to me, and I always want to go short with the 4H. So let's see. Let me know what you guys think about this one. It's rather tricky right now. I wouldn't really trade this one, but yeah, I will just be following right now the 50-minute and always keeping in mind that the 4-hourly is bearish, but also we're coming from a very strong demand right there as well. So let's see. Right, in order for me to short, I need to see the 50-minute go bearish, which is at that moment absolutely bullish. Higher high, higher low, higher high, just right now being created, so we can keep making higher lows and higher highs. So again, wait for that shift. Pounds USD, it's not very clean, but it did what we wanted. So we actually broke the high very nicely, and right now it's in a pullback stage, so we can drop our range from the high to the low. 50% is right there. This supply is invalidated. I think it was GU that didn't break, but we just opened and broke, which is very good. And yeah, so right now we're in this pullback, and just looking at how it ranges, I do get a feeling it's going to come in lower because that's GU. It usually wants to grab as much liquidity as possible. And yeah, just yesterday, I don't think it was nice to be traded. So is this yesterday? Yeah. Monday, yeah, I just took out the high. Oh man, this doesn't look good. Well, yeah, GU just doesn't look good to me right now. So yes, right now we are aligned bearish. Took out the high right there and took out the low. Similar to EU, then aligned right here. Oops. Structure break right there. And then you can potentially take like a zone like this. We just got tapped and maybe you were given a short, but there is no entry. Like it just came in and it's responding. So yeah, this is why I don't trade GU. It's very volatile. It's very wicky for me. It's very fast and I don't like very fast pairs. But yeah, overall, if this one continues to break structure lower, like a nice 15-minute break, you can wait for the retest, lower high, and then continue shorting it until 50%. Okay, but keep in mind that this is the first very nice push into the highs right after we shifted bearish. So we can just have a little pullback. Maybe it's just gonna take out this low to grab it as liquidity. And then if it aligns bullish, again, your highest probability trade is long, remember. So if the 50-minute goes bullish, right, always try to go with it. Okay, but of course, wait for some liquidity. Wait for maybe like previous daily low. I don't know where it is, but yeah, wait for some liquidity to be grabbed and keep following the recent 50-minute structure right now. GJ, I would say avoid it as well. Like, yeah, it's sure, but it actually wicked the high, broke the low, then pulls back. No, just avoid JPYs for now, especially like what is happening right here. Like wick down, wick up, back in the middle. No. Even if I don't want to go to the 50-minute because, yeah, I can draw your 50-minute structure, but you don't go on the 50-minute without actually having a clean FOH. You always start top down. FOH, what is it? What is the trend? What is the high probability trade? Then you go on the 50-minute and you try to align yourself with the 4-hourly. And right now, I'm not aligned. I even don't know what's happening on the FOH. Is it bullish? We tapped right there, but then so it broke down, but then it broke up right here. So it's actually bullish, kind of, right? No. Okay, just let it go, guys. I'm not gonna go into it. Just let go of the JPYs for now. Goldie made a bigger high, so we just have to enlarge the range. And yeah, technically it's pulling back. It actually kissed the 50%. So if this one aligns bullish, similar, I don't like the flat. Like again, guys, it's Tuesday. We know Tuesdays are usually very tricky. This is very flat, so I get a feeling it might take it out and then potentially reverse. So watch out for that, right? It's very flat. Probably the 50-minute is very choppy as well. Yeah, just look at this. When you see this, it just doesn't look appealing, right? But it's not about what it's appealing. It's actually if it's correct. This one took the high, then it took the low. Then it shifted bullish right there. But then what actually caused it to shift? It was this one. So then we shifted bearish. This one is also a valid structure. It broke down, then it broke up. Yeah, so similar to the Aussie, for example, and the NZD, you are currently being given a long, but it's not a very high probability long. It's like within the Asian range, and the Asian range usually tends to get broken before it goes, right? But technically, this is a potential long setup right there. But I get a feeling, as I told you, it's very flat. I get a feeling it could break, maybe to take out the Asian low and then align bullish, or to take out this low and then again align bullish and give you a long. Okay, so I'm overall long on gold right now. Just also if the Dixie continues to short, then I do think this one can give us some nice longs as well. But yeah, just watch for the good setup, right? Don't rush, watch for the good setup. Monday was absolute madness right there. So yeah, I do think, did we actually get a long right there? So look at that, just flat, just boom, liquidity. And yep, you get an absolute textbook long. If you're trading early on, there's your 1 minute shift, there is your trade right there. Boom, retest, stop loss below. And I'm absolutely sure you got a 5 hour on this one. Yeah, you even got much more. So there we go. 8 o'clock, you're done for the day. This is why I love day trading, and right now it's coming back. So you can look for another one if you want. But then this push failed to continue. Like it failed to take out this high, right? So technically there is a very high chance this one is gonna break. But if you took the trade, you're already done, because that is the last 50-minute break. It came back for a retest, it gave you the entry, you took your profits, and yes, right now we just wait to see what's gonna happen. Okay, so that's GOAT. I'm overall long biased, but something could happen. Like those are my two scenarios right now. So let's see. US 30 continues to be bullish, very nice. So yeah, I expected like a break. We had I forecasted this one very well. Push, pullback, continuation, and then I expect a reversal. Well, I wouldn't really rush for the reversal that much, right? So let's be patient. 50% is tapped right now. Liquidity is being taken right now. So all the checks are being ticked. But we just have to definitely wait for a flow shift as well and for some sort of a fundamental intervention. Okay, right now it's bullish, so I keep following the longs until I'm wrong. Okay, so if I pull back right there, then yeah, I'm going to be looking for long. So keep flowing with the flow. And I'm not going to break down the 50-minute right now. The 50-minute is high, so it's making a potential flow high. So you don't want to long it too much, right? You actually have a good chance to short it. So just took out Asian high. It's probably going to align bearish right there. So if it aligns bearish like this, you can do something like that, right? So let's see if this is actually going to play out. And then if we're going to have like a nice deep hourly pullback to continue going higher. So bullish on the US 30. Nasdaq hasn't taken out the high. Let's spot this one. Nasdaq hasn't taken out the high. Tried to push, failed. So that is tricky because you cannot go long from here right now because this is invalid. It hasn't taken out the high. Your still major zone is this guy right there. So the market pulled back. It tried to push, and similar to EU, it failed to break above. Okay, so yeah, Nasdaq, I don't like Nasdaq. It's like GU. I like US 30 more. It's slightly bit slower. Honestly, I like the S&P the most, but I'm not sure if I can trade this one. I think US 30 is better. But yeah, I don't have much to share on Nasdaq right now. If it breaks the high, then sure, you can keep following it. We're tapping into this supply. But again, keep in mind we have also this one. So US 30 is also tapping in this one, and the S&P and Nasdaq are not. Okay, so we can see that S&P actually continued. It's breaking that major supply, which is very good. So that is a very good bullish sign. We broke structure up, and right now we have a brand new potentially 8-hourly demand. So if you pull back towards this one, I will be looking for longs and then potentially going for the 50%. I don't like the divergence between US 30 and Nasdaq and S&P. Like you can see US 30 is already at 50%, already taking the liquidity, while Nasdaq and S&P are lagging behind. I don't know why. Maybe some of you has a suggestion. But yes, as long as the flow is bullish, I keep following the flow, right? So what I will be waiting for right now is for the 50-minute to come in right there, and then for the 50-minute to align bullish, and I just keep flowing. Okay, so that's the indices. And crypto, I don't do crypto right now. It's, oh, Ethereum, nice. Looks bullish. But yeah, you don't want to trade this right now. So that is for today, guys. Hopefully the update is sufficient. Hopefully you are loving it. Again, just keep flowing. Keep in mind that anything can happen right now after I close this analysis, and by the time it's published, the DXY could have broken this one and I could already be in a short, right? So again, just keep following the structure. You have to be, again, I think market structure is the foundation of absolutely everything, because if you understand market structure, you're doing great. So we can see US 30 is also, Euro USD is also continuing very nicely down. So where does it want to go? Does it want to take out this low, or does it just want to pull back for a little bit of liquidity? Of course, a short from here is viable. It's possible, but keep in mind the flow is bullish. So we can even have something like this right now. It can create a new range, tap in this demand, take out the range, pull back for a higher low, and then go long again. Okay, so I'm going to be mainly looking for longs, but I'm also not going to hesitate on any shorts. Avoid the JPYs for now. Aussie dollar also looks very good, although our trade got stopped at a break even. Let's see if it's actually going to provide us another long inside this range. I think NZD is the same as well. Yep, there we go. I told you NZD. This tab did not take any liquidity within the range, so it actually became the liquidity. And right now what you should be looking for is for the 1 minute to shift bullish and to get an entry setup. So I'm still going to be looking for long from here, but of course if this one violates, then actually we turn short. So we have to again keep following the 50-minute. UJ, let it go. UCAT, let's see what happens on this one. I'm overall short on the 4H, but it looks a little bit ranging right now. So does it want to come in and grab this high right now, or is it just gonna shift bearish anytime soon and then give us a short? I don't know. GU a little bit sloppy, so I would avoid this one for now. And the gold looks good for a potential long as well, but it can come in a little bit deeper. Have a look, it's already giving a little response right there. And the indices, we just keep following the flow, and I'm just following the indices on the macro side of things right now, so not really trading them intraday. Okay, so let me get here. I wish you an amazing week. Make sure to follow your plan, make sure to flow with the structure, don't marry any setups, just keep flowing, and be careful of all of the news that we're having this week. If you have any questions, just make a comment in the video or message me at support@tradingfanatic.com, and I'm going to be there to respond. So have a crushing one, and talk to you maybe on Thursday.